Disclaimer. This video and all its contents are Ngozi's opinion and that of some people who contributed. We're all entitled to our opinions, so enjoy.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Ngee Show. On today's episode, I am so delighted. First of all, this is the first time I'm having this many people on set with me. Welcome, ladies. So for the very first time, I have what I would call the Ngee Show panel, a diverse group of beautiful women. And it is apt because on this episode, we're discussing being female in Nigeria. Take the wheel, Lord, won't he do it? Anyway, I will do a quick introduction. My name is Ngozi, as you know, and if you don't know, my name is Ngozi. And I have Biodun. I'm going to let you introduce yourselves because I think people do better introductions of themselves. All right, so let's start with Biodun.
Biodun, I'm a radio film writer and producer.
Hello.
Hello.
Ibukun.
I'm Ibukun. I'm a communications consultant.
Yes, Ibukun is like the sassy one here. You will notice that. I have Nkem on my left.
Hi, my name is Nkem. I'm a troublemaker, an activist, and I fight for children's rights.
Yes, she does. She has an NGO. What's your NGO?
I have a non-profit called Stop Scams, called Stop Sexual Child Abuse Now. And hopefully, you all will join us next month for amazing work so that we can at least kick this child sexual abuse out of our communities. So, shall be calling up on you all to join us on the march.
She's a little more serious than, but
I'll try.
Finally, we have Chioma.
Hello, thank you for having me. My name is Chioma DK. I am a political scientist as well as a women's affairs analyst. And I wanted to shout out my designer. I'm wearing Panashli Holmes. Follow her on Instagram.
Oh.
Follow me on Instagram too.
Okay, that's
Chioma
Panashli.
DK.
Yeah, y'all go ahead and follow her.
ma'am.
She's proud of her designer who made her dress. We'll talk about that another time. Okay, thank you guys so much for coming. See, being female in Nigeria, I did an episode by myself last year, and it was good, I think, but I feel like I didn't do it any justice. So I thought to myself, I want to get a panel of women to discuss this subject matter because my opinion alone cannot be, there's a lot that I don't know. And I like this group because we go from not married to single mom to married with kids. So it's represented, right? For the most part. So let us start with 5 beingnesses of women in Nigeria. 5 places where being female in Nigeria is pretty much, like John Lennon would say, woman is the nigger of the world. I know truer words were said. So I'm sure that being female in Vietnam and being female in China or being female in India has its own peculiarities. But we are Nigerian women and this is what we know. So let's start with number 1. Yeah. Being female at work. Yes, Lord. I know. So Biodun, you are radio, right? So you are in media.
Yeah. I mean, being female, you're supposed to, on radio, it doesn't have so much of the challenges because you're supposed to be the beautiful voice, soothing. So you're supposed to keep your topic sometimes really, really shallow and let the men.
Question.
Yeah.
I've noticed, I forget the station it was, where the sports pundit was a woman, right? And someone called in and said, that's the problem. So they had analyzed something. I'm not big on sports, really. So they said something, and someone called in and said that's the problem, that you should sometimes just allow men handle sports. Have you seen that before, where it's like, this is the one for men and this is the one for women? Does that happen in radio?
On radio, I don't think so. I mean, sports has always been, I was one time, told to come and do sports, but I couldn't pronounce the names for the life of me.
Of who? The players?
Ski and things. Like, I was stuttering through it. I'm like, this is a career killer.
You understand?
Let me maintain my lane.
Okay, so you haven't felt that kind of thing has happened?
Definitely, as a woman, sometimes you're expected to do topics, for instance, women-related, home. What is wrong in talking politics? There is really nothing wrong in talking politics. What if I don't know anything about being a woman in family or anything? That is a huge taboo.
Is it taboo?
Yes.
Aren't you a married woman?
How dare you? I'm telling you. But, you know, so, as a woman on radio, on air, even behind televisions and all of that, you are expected to just keep it really light and flirty. And even going beyond radio, also being a film producer, people call me like, oh, this woman is like a soldier because I take on so much. You know, they expect that, you know, you delegate, you know, just sit down there and say, go and do this. They expect that as a woman, your job is costuming and makeup. Why can't I direct? Why can't I be lights? You know, why can't I be a gaffer? Why can't I be a continuity?
But are there...
Why? Who said that it is gender specific? Why can't I be an editor?
Why do you... I've never seen a female editor.
Oh, we have.
There are now? Yes. Awesome.
Well,
but why? Is it because
Nigeria,
men have been doing it better?
I don't think it's because men. I think it's just because, you know, professions, men just gravitate towards that. You know, and you don't, when you don't see a woman do something, you see more men do it. It's like bricklaying.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know,
but it's manual labor. Men are just generally physically stronger.
So when you only see women come out do bricklaying when they are doing the decking, they call it. That's when you see all the women come out in the night, come and do it. But just because they feel like a lot of men, it's a male-dominated kind of profession, you assume that he's not cut out for a woman.
Let me jump to Chioma. In your workplace, you are, but you're not. Are you 9 to 5?
I am, but you know, in public service life, it's 24/7.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
Public service. Eesh.
I mean, but at the same time, I used to work in private sector, so I can speak on that. Being a woman or being a female in Nigeria, working in the private sector, one issue that I have is sexual harassment. There's a lot of women. There's a lot of women that suffer.
But it's non-existent in Nigeria.
Ooh.
It's
Excuse me?
It's non-existent.
What's non-existent?
In the sense that, what do you mean? Who are you going to tell?
Right.
Yeah,
that
true.
what?
Right.
But
there are no policies.
There are no policies.
I agree. I mean, I used to work in a proper, had a 9 to 5 job when I left radio to be a writer. And I recall that my immediate boss came to my house at 6:30 in the morning for the purpose to come and toasted me. Jaizo. Just 6:30 in the morning to come and sell his bucket. As to why we should be in a relationship.
At what?
6:30 in the morning.
He woke up, left
He
his
came to my house. He woke me up from sleep.
Wow.
He took a shower.
He woke me, said, Biodun, where's your house again? So I was like, oh, this area. I said, I'm outside your gate. Wow. I was like, is there a problem? Did the office burn?
Do you understand?
I was like, no, I mean, I just can't really, you know.
And after that, nothing.
Do you understand? I went to work that same day.
Yeah.
I said no. And I went to work that same day and I could never tell anybody.
Tell now.
That's the problem. That's the problem that I'm getting on is that it exists, but it's not tackled, and there's no policies behind it. There's no
checks and balances.
Exactly. But it definitely is there.
So outside of Nigeria, well, in more developed nations, sexual harassment is it's more contained. But here, it's free for all.
It's free for all because
you can do whatever you want.
But why do you agree that there are no policies? I wouldn't agree. The policies, is it being implemented?
Wait,
yeah.
you were going to say
There are
something.
policies, but the policies are very vague. Yeah. Like I've read like the sexual harassment
definitely have
handbook.
laws.
From where?
In the workplace. You
In
read
your
it,
workplace?
yes.
Oh,
You read it, but it's so vague. It's like, I mean, come on.
I don't even know that
like,
we
how
have
do
one.
you begin to, I mean, we have, but I don't even think people know. I had to go find it because I'm like, this is a situation. So I went to look for it and I'm like, this is very vague that many things can scale through. And so where is the protection? Where does someone know that, okay, they actually fall within these parameters that you've said? So, and then you bring it up and it's almost like, oh, they're just playing with
Somebody
you
cannot even
instead.
just do
somebody cannot.
You know, and when you do bring it up, you seem like you're uptight because you're bringing it up. I'm like,
Like,
how is
fine girl,
somebody-
you are not even happy that they are toasting you.
Do you understand?
That's why you are still single.
Exactly.
Maybe if you have cooled your body,
You would have been married
that's
that you
it.
pay
Calm
husband's
down.
house.
Calm down. Meanwhile, the person is married. The person that is trying to toast you is married. So, but I really, and let's say, so sexual in the workplace, sexual harassment is a huge
It's a
one.
huge
I
one.
completely
Yes,
agree with
it's a
you.
huge
So
one.
the conversation is, what do we tell women? Do the women play a role?
one thing though, with what she said in terms of policies being available, because with my current job now, I see that okay, there are laws in place, but
laws in Nigeria?
There are laws in place, so they have laws. So they have laws. We can make law. Are you kidding me? Law is there. It's plenty.
No, wait, no. Let me ask clearly so that we are all sure.
Yes.
That in Nigeria we have sexual harassment, not per workplace.
We have sexual harassment law.
We have.
In fact, actually, there's a current one they've brought up for students and lecturers. There are laws. You know, I'm on sex education.
Law.
Federal law.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello.
That's why I come to, because we don't educate we don't give information.
When you inform
we
the
don't
stress
give
of the
information because in my previous
letting
job,
the information get out there that it's available,
so that they know that you empower your people, you empower the women, you empower the men, you empower your community. They don't do that.
You know that the law is available as a woman.
Where will you find it?
It is the safety that the law gives you.
Yes.
There is no safety.
There's no safety.
So you can't still go to the police or to whoever to report and say there is a law. They say there is a law.
Did you hear that
why
joke?
did you go to that side?
You know, there's a popular joke that a
Protect
comedian
your
told.
family.
There's a popular joke a comedian told where a girl was crying rape, that a guy raped her. And ultimately, at the end of the story was that she went home with him from the club and he said she could take the couch and he went into the bedroom. Of course, in the middle of the night, he came and he raped her. And the guy said, so you went to his house by yourself in the night. You wore his t-shirt and you're shouting that they raped you. How did your leg get there? And so those are the conversations. So the question I have again, and I think I was asking Chioma that time is, do the women play a role? Because it is either the men, most people are mad. When they tell you things like, that you too, your dress.
Yeah. Oh, I can go there.
Because that you too, your dress, that your slits now.
It's
What
too-
do you
it's
want me
too
to
high.
say?
It's too high.
Is there?
I think that speaks to the rape culture. The rape culture that is prominent all over the world, whereas a woman can't just be within herself and contain her own agency and just walk down the street in whatever attire that she wants to wear and not be seen as a sexual object. I think that...
Yet when she pulls out her book to breastfeed her child is a problem.
Exactly, and that's so totally natural and normal. But to have a woman that's just completely expressing herself through her fashion or what have you, for you to use that as an invitation, or even let's put it back into the workplace. Let's say a woman who's dressed in corporate attire and a boss who wants to overstep his bounds, or he wants to exercise the hierarchy that he has over her. And she can be dressed as modest as she wants to be.
If he's
but
gonna
that
do it, he's gonna do
power struggle and that power play that he wants to use and now take advantage of her, I think if we start now to ask, okay, does a woman play a role? Just being herself, just
Is a role.
existing, exactly.
Oh
just
my goodness.
existing.
So what is on this, so that we can move into the next one, what is the conversation? Like, if there are laws, what's the next step? Because no matter how many laws there are, if I don't want to go forward, because shame, my dad will tell me, they will now know that they did this to you.
I don't believe that. You know, I think the very powerful tool of silence, you know. I just did a movie called Ovi's Voice, and it's about silence, where the girl was literally forgot how to speak, and she didn't speak for 16 years until, you know, some situations that the situation that brought her into silence happened again, and then she spoke. So, and that film was just to mirror the power of silence. So I think, forget about, you see this life that we are in, this social media life, your gist is very small. In 5 minutes, they will forget and move on to the next gist. In case you don't do something.
That's another
thing.
thing.
Just voice out. Don't keep it, because we will forget. Something else will happen and
remember,
we will forget.
you are not Jesus. That your story will be told for how many?
Forever.
They will deal with your story and we will move on to the next thing. That
I
is.
think we should also change the shame culture. Like, the shame is usually on the woman, but if we all start shaming the people, the perpetrators, then that's where the shame should be.
Do you know what Ibukun just said? And I want us to say that to the women. Because it's not just the men that shame the women, it's the women.
Oh, no, let me.
Won't he do it?
3 days ago, I was at Unilag and I crossed my leg like I did right now, because when I sit, I like crossing my leg because I sit up straight and I like my postures up. A woman was like, I was like, please, ma'am, use your words. I can't hear you. You are doing sign language. Woman, talk to me. Use your mouth. Because I wanted her to say it so she sees how dumb and stupid the words were sounding. And then she was dumb because my PA was beside me. My PA just busted her life like, they don't know who you are. I'm like, use your words,
was she
madam.
saying you should
I should put my leg down and cover my knees.
Your
Like
knees.
it is
Your
showing.
nails were showing.
Yeah, my knees were showing.
I'm
corrupting the
loose
men.
woman.
I mean, yes, it's okay. It's
Ladies,
okay.
being female in Nigeria in the workplace means that sexual harassment may happen.
It's your fault.
And
it's the woman's fault.
there is nothing that you can do about it, but there are laws in place. You can speak.
Contact the Ministry of Justice for prosecution. You can seek the Ministry of Women Affairs to ask them for counseling and how you can get help in prosecuting.
And if you don't want to speak up, do not live with the shame. Talk to someone. You don't have to say, I expose it, because maybe you don't want to lose your voice. You didn't do
You didn't do anything.
And you didn't do, yes, let's put that down. The point number one, you did nothing wrong.
Shame the person that's
Absolutely. Because indeed, some people don't want to lose their jobs. I don't want to lose my job. If I talk now, everybody be against me. They will not promote me. This one that said that someone cannot just toast this one. That's the one they cannot toast. Maybe you don't want to lose your job. But speak to someone. Don't live with the shame. You didn't do anything wrong. Don't start wearing boo-boo to work because, oh, they toast them. They will toast you in your
only thing you did wrong
was
looking glam.
Yes, that's your
Was looking fine. That's the offense. Is that you're fine.
Number two. Being female in Nigeria in transit. Please let me start. You see, I've talked about this thing before on an episode I did, and I said someone is driving and they drive like a blind person. They just literally do something that only someone who cannot see will do. My driver that day, he just said, see, as the woman just they drive, nonsense. So I was like, just leave her alone. I just kind of echoed what he said. By the time we now, of course, you know how you drive and pull up just so you can look at the, I don't know who told us, by the way, that our look affects the person. You know when somebody drives rubbish, you now get beside them and look. I'm like, what you looking at? You know? So my driver got beside the person and looked like, and there was a man, he said, you see, see as they drive like woman. I'm like, it just gotta go back to the woman. And I don't understand when it became, maybe there were women that drove, I don't know. I haven't lived long enough. I haven't lived long enough to remember if it was that women just drove badly. Maybe they were housewives. When they now finally gave them car, they couldn't drive well. There might be a history, but you know what? In 2017, you need to stop.
Oh, please.
Anyone had experience last month? Oh, God. Law officials.
Two. Perks. I will first start with the perks.
People allow you to enter the lane.
No, it's not that kind of perk.
Oh, sorry.
No. I think because I go to the registration every Saturday morning, and there are these police officers. Once they see my car, they automatically flag you down. Because you know I'm big now and my hair is somehow, so like, oh, this is a Rastafarian coming. So first flag you down. So oh, mother, go. So in my mind, I'm like, what if I was a serial killer? What if I have everybody in my boots?
Yes.
But it's okay.
I'm a madam.
As a woman, I should go. So that's one of the perks which I enjoy.
Is that being a woman, they see you as weak.
Yes.
And you couldn't have hacked your husband into four and put him in the boots.
It's not possible.
You are your way to throw his body away. But just go.
I mean, it's a perk. Don't change. But I think that the second one, yesterday, crazy guy. I was driving on the road and you know how when you want to enter into Ikorodu Road, this bus driver, those ones, they are demons.
No, they're in a special...
Yeah, they are demons. Their demon is not from this place.
They handpick them.
So he was trying to shunt and, you know, honk me out of existence. Because, you know, you get ping. So I just stood my ground. And then, you know, he came out behind and he tried to, you know, kind of, he didn't even need to come back into that lane. He was going forward.
He needed to prove that.
He now said, Oluloshi, I shower. I said, your mother, your sister, everybody in your generation. Because I don't understand. What makes you prostitute? You are trying to honk me out of the road. And I said no. And it's very shocking when the only hurtful thing a man can tell you is you're an ashewo. I used to get upset.
I don't anymore.
I've owned it.
And when I was single, I used to really be like, why would you look at me? Because maybe then I felt,
What am I wearing?
And it's not even you.
But you know, I just realized that
It's never you.
Never. No, I owned
that's the
it.
most hurtful thing
I've
they can
owned
tell you.
it.
So when they call me, I shall say, you are a thief.
Let me tell you,
You are a
ladies,
thief,
something. When somebody calls you on a show, walk away.
No, there's no need to fight.
Walk
it. I've
away,
owned it.
honey, because his mama and his sister. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yes, ma'am.
You're driving a certain type of car, and you look like, let's say, Ibukun, just because she's smallish, mixture. Let's say she decided that she wants to take her dad's SUV out. You now drive and they stop you. Or something happens on the way.
It's your husband's car.
It's your husband. You can't be your
can't
own.
be your car.
How dare you own such a big car?
It's your husband's
And
car.
you're not wearing
It's
ring.
your father's car. It's somebody's
Your
car.
sugar
Anybody's
daddy.
car but your car.
But your car. What are you doing that you will have this type of car?
There's something that there's a discussion my friends had recently, and she's about to buy a car, and this guy said, "I can't buy a big car." I said, "Please, why? If you can afford it, buy it."
And nobody who married
She
her.
said,
She's
single
Exactly.
low.
She can't-
She said,
she can't do
no,
it. She can't. She has to buy a
you
sedan.
can't do that. This
has to buy a
is
sedan.
Nigeria.
I kind of fell not say victim to this. I have a smaller car. I don't drive a bigger car because most people have advised against
Yes.
that.
Your father will tell
Single
you.
in Nigeria, men are not gonna like that kind of thing. You know, I'm like,
What about you know? It can't help you to sieve the kind of men who come and meet you.
To help you to sieve
Sieve
them.
them.
So that all the walk,
you know,
all the layabouts.
will not come. Somebody with a bigger car, we come.
Amen, sister. Amen. Exactly. Thank you.
My father was big on education. Like, you need to be educated. But I also feel like maybe I was educated so that I'll be marketable, for lack of a better word. Because the market value, not so that you can be productive, being the job, to fend for yourself, and that way you can be a productive member of society. No, because if you are not educated at a certain level, man can see. Because if you're not educated, they might not just be attracted.
It's a balance. I mean, it's good for you.
Let's keep believing that.
But also the fact that no anybody cannot just come and carry you.
Yes, because we have put money on your head.
On top of it. We have invested in you.
Do we see that changing?